Hello and welcome to Unwanted Commentary. I'm Coco and today we're going to be talking about a problem that I've been wasting the past 2 days of my life dealing with. And that problem is trying to find a new smartphone. Yes, I know it is a first world problem, but I live in the first world and most of my problems are first world problems. So we're just going to have to accept that, okay? But basically, 2 days ago, right after I had posted my first TikTok in 2 months, my phone decided to die on me. It won't even turn on. It's very irritating. And that annoys me so much because this has been my favorite phone of my whole life. This phone had the best selfie front-facing camera. That's because it's a flip camera and it's the one from the back. Because everybody knows that the back cameras are just better than the selfie cameras. So this phone, it let me see myself while I was filming. It was amazing. And look at it now. He can't even get up without help. He's got ED, okay?
Erectile dysfunction?
Not that. Electrical dysfunction, you freaking weirdo. Anyway, this was also like the most expensive phone I'd ever bought in my life. It was like $550. This phone is better than the phone that I was using when I worked at Xbox, okay? I was actually making money and I refused to actually buy a proper phone. I was using this $250 piece of crap. It's ridiculous. And now that this phone's dead, luckily I have this because, you know, it's my backup phone. But it's like from 2016 and it is pissing me off. It is so slow. Anyway, since I'm not an iPhone user who gets like 3 choices in new phones each year, which they can either upgrade to or stick around with, but there's no point in upgrading to the new phone because there's nothing new or innovative about it. I'm sorry, this is not a video about bashing Apple users.
Whatever you say.
Anyways, since I'm an Android user, I have a lot of choices. And surprisingly, there are really good choices for affordable, cheaper Androids that are really good. Like, who would have thought? You don't need $1,000 Samsung to actually get anything done. But the problem with that is that there are so many freaking choices that are so good that I've actually spent the last 2 days watching tech review videos and trying to compare. Ugh. It's exhausting. I mean, these first world problems, so difficult.
You poor thing.
But yeah, even though I have all these choices and I'm so blessed to have all these choices, I'm coming across a problem, which is this phone. I love this phone. This was the perfect phone for me. And trying to find a decent replacement for this phone that fits every single criteria is quite difficult. Because even though this phone was perfect, I don't want to buy the same phone again because this died because of a motherboard malfunction, which is apparently common in this phone. So if I buy another one, it's just gonna have the same problem. And I don't want to buy the updated version of this phone because they took out the headphone jack.
How could they?
Just kidding, that's not the reason because, you know, admittedly, I didn't use the headphone jack that much. I use Bluetooth headphones, but there were times that I did use the headphone jack for earbuds, so I like having it around just in case, you know? You know, kind of like that baseball bat that you keep under your bed.
Just in case.
Just kidding, I don't do that, I sleep on the floor. But this got me thinking, you know, maybe I should design a phone. Maybe I should design my requirements for what I want in a phone so that maybe I can actually find a phone that's good for me, right? So let's put our product design hats on and design a phone.
This is where the fun begins.
So I apologize, I'm terrible at drawing. So this is our phone. Don't laugh at me, I know it's bad, I know it's bad, I know. Then we got this bezel, right? Okay, so we have this disgusting body of a phone, okay? It's
kind of bad.
But what are the important parts of the phone that we need? We need a really good front camera, okay? So I can like do my content creation. My old phone solved this with like a little flip up camera that would use the back cameras on the front. You know, in an ideal world, we would just have amazing cameras on the front, but nobody puts really good camera sensors on the front of a phone because it's expensive and I guess people don't think it's a good use case, but honestly, with the amount of content creators there are nowadays, companies should be having amazing selfie cameras. Like, can you imagine what a good differentiator that would be for them? I mean, come on. You could advertise your phone as the phone made for content creators and you get so much. I mean out of the Android market because then you got all those Apple people using their freaking iPhone, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, we have good selfie cameras. Second of all, you need a big battery because when you're filming uses a battery. Also, when you're out, you're driving, you're spending a whole day, you don't want your phone to run out on you when you need it. Because say you're out one night and your phone dies and your girlfriend tries to call you, but she can't reach you, she's gonna worry. I mean, that is if you have a girlfriend. But anyways, you need a big battery. What else do you need on a modern phone? A fingerprint scanner. I remember the days when I was a complete dummy and I was like,
What is the point of a fingerprint scanner on a phone?
boy was I misguided. Okay, but you have to forgive me for this because the first time I used a fingerprint scanner, it was on a Lenovo ThinkPad and it was terrible, okay? Fingerprint scanners in the early 2010s
Or terrible.
But the first time I used a fingerprint scanner on the phone, my life was changed. Okay, you just touch it and your phone unlocks immediately. No putting in your PIN, no doing the little swipey thing. It's amazing. Frankly, it's awesome for usability. Ideally, you wouldn't even need a fingerprint scanner because you just pick up your phone and the phone would know it's you. Like, the whole point of fingerprint scanning is security, and you want your phone to unlock as fast as it can while being as accurate
As possible.
and I refuse to use Face ID, which frankly is why that even if I were to switch to iPhone, I wouldn't get the new iPhones because they have no fingerprint sensor. Like what is that?
Madness.
But yeah, I like having my fingerprint scanner right on the back in the middle, so when I hold my phone, it's really nice. Okay, it's just really nice because then you can do it on this hand or on this hand. I mean, if it's on the side, it's okay too because like I can either use, if it's on this side, I can use this finger or I can just use my thumb because you know I got big hands.
Ladies.
Sorry, that was obnoxious. I apologize. But what I will not deal with is an in-screen fingerprint scanner. I said scancer because in-screen fingerprint scanners are cancer, and not that I can't speak properly. But yeah, in-screen fingerprint scanners are terrible. They're really slow, and like I don't like this. I mean maybe I'm making a big deal about nothing and being kind of a boomer about it, like back in my day, the fingerprint scanner. Maybe I'm being unreasonable, but I want my phone to have a fingerprint scanner on the side or on the back.
Non-negotiable.
Now, what is the next thing I want on my phone? Maybe a headphone jack? I mean, I don't need it. I really don't need it. I don't need it. I used my headphone jack maybe 5% of the time, okay? And that's probably why those mofos took out the headphone jack from the next version of this phone. It's probably because they saw that people weren't actually using the headphone jack for the most part. You know they have telemetry, right? They can tell if you're plugging things into the headphone jack. So if you have a phone that has a headphone jack and then the next year the model doesn't have a headphone jack,
It's because you people
didn't use the headphone jack. They're getting data on this. They know that you're not using the headphone jack. So if you want headphone jacks to stay, you gotta have something plugged into the headphone jack. Anyway, I know a lot of people are thinking that, oh, they removed the headphone jack so that they can sell you headphones. Maybe Apple does that, but most companies that are making Android phones, they aren't selling you headphones, okay? The reason they take out the headphone jack is because the headphone jack takes up space. It adds like a small bit of cost onto the phone, but it takes up space. It adds more complexity to the phone design. And if most people are using Bluetooth, there's no reason to have a headphone jack. It's the sad truth. I know. I hate it. Now the next thing I want on this phone is a secret button, okay? It's gonna be a secret button. And the point of the secret button is mainly so I can clickbait people to watch this video. Because if they see a secret button on a smartphone, they're gonna want to click. So you know, you can have that attached to a self-destruct button, so you can use it as a self-defense weapon. You know, if somebody's attacking you, you can hit the self-destruct button on your phone, throw it at them, it explodes. I mean that might not be the best thing to do, but it would be a cool gimmick to show off in a movie. You know, like in the Matrix where they were showing off that cool phone slidey move. That was the coolest thing ever, and people wanted that phone after seeing that movie, okay? Marketing and product placement, it works when it's cool, okay? It really does.
Spectacle. It's what people want.
So there are a ton of other things that can go into phones, like what is the body made out of? Is it a glass back? Does it have wireless charging? I don't care about wireless charging. I don't care about like what the form factor is, okay? I'm not a degenerate. I use a freaking case, okay? I use a case. Everyone should use a case, everyone should use a screen protector, because I know you've dropped your phone, okay? You may not be as clumsy as me, but you have probably dropped your phone, and if you're saying you've never dropped your phone, you're a freaking liar, and because of that, your phone is gonna break tomorrow. I just have an idea, okay? So if you lied, you might wanna get that screen protector today, overnight, from Amazon. Use my link in the bio.
Do it.
But yeah, it looks like we've designed, like, you know, to be completely honest, a freaking awesome phone. Just kidding, this is crap, this is incomplete. Frankly, I could have gone much more in detail and much nerdier about this phone design, but I didn't want to bore y'all. So yeah, because of that, we're gonna move on to actually picking my phone, because sadly, this phone This phone doesn't exist. It's not real. We don't live in a perfect world.
That's a damn shame.
So we're gonna look at what phone choices we actually have. There's Samsung, and I don't use Samsung phones because I had a Samsung Galaxy S3, and that phone was full of bloatware, full of crap. After 2 years, they started to slow it down
Purposely.
Allegedly.
I was very irritated. I don't use Samsung phones.
Why are we still here?
And then we got LG. Rest in peace. They're getting out of the phone game, and good riddance because this is an LG. My backup phone is an LG, and it is full of all this bloatware and crap. Can people stop putting bloatware and crap on their phone? Like, I'd appreciate it. I'm pretty sure everybody would appreciate it. If they use Android, they'd rather use the Google apps. I mean, these companies that are using proprietary apps need to be real with themselves. Nobody is using your bloatware.
Stop putting it on your phones.
Next, we got the Asus phones. But sadly, the Zenfone 7 is $200 more than this because I guess they learned that they made an awesome phone, so might as well bump up the price by $200. And also, you can't really get it in the US because it's international. It's very irritating. It doesn't come with a warranty. I really want that phone, but I can't get it. And then the Zenfone 8 Flip, they made the fingerprint scanner an optical fingerprint scanner, so that's a freaking no-go. Okay, the Zenfone 7, side fingerprint scanner. I can deal with it. Remember, big hands, long fingers, I can deal with it. But Zenfone 8, out of the picture.
And for that reason, I'm out.
Then you get some good choices from Xiaomi, which is the Chinese company, which to be completely honest, I'm kind of skeptical about. Because you don't know what their government is forcing their tech companies to do. Like, I don't know if they put secret backdoors in the Xiaomi software. They probably have, because that's just something you'd expect of the Chinese government. Allegedly. And also, their phones have ads in the software.
The hell?
Can you imagine ads in the software? The freaking operating system. Luckily, you can turn them off, so that's kind of a non-issue. And because most people don't actually know how to turn the ads off, or they don't want to put the effort into actually removing the ads are actually a good thing because they help subsidize the phone, which means you get badass hardware in a phone for a cheaper price because they're making money off of the ads and the data that the dummies haven't disabled.
Like dummies.
And iPhones they're just out of the question, okay? They're just out of the question.
Apple.
So yeah, I'm not gonna bore you anymore going through all like 1,000 Android phones that I could possibly get. I'm just gonna give you two choices, okay? The two phones that I'm looking at are the Redmi Note 10 Pro, which is a Xiaomi phone, which has the ads that I'm gonna have to remove, and hopefully the Chinese government doesn't mess with my data. Or the Asus Zenfone 7, because to be completely honest, I really want this phone, okay? And frankly, it might not matter that it doesn't have a warranty because all these companies are trash with their warranties anyway, and you always happen to have your phone die after the warranty is over, okay? So I might as well. But yeah, the Redmi is like $400. The Asus is like $750. So that's like a $350 difference. But yeah, you can actually help me choose which phone I get by going to my Instagram and voting in my story poll, okay? And one of you lucky people who chooses the right phone will actually get a little care package from me. That's right, I will be sending out a personalized gift to somebody who votes in that poll and guesses correctly. So that's pretty awesome. So go follow my Instagram, and then after that, I will be announcing the winner on my TikTok, so go follow my TikTok. Anyways, I'm done shamelessly plugging my other platforms. Thank you for watching. Thank you to my patrons. Have a great day. And if you're new here and you like me, subscribe. This is not a tech channel, this is a commentary channel, okay? Bye-bye.